Hey everyone, my name is Maria Jurado. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my full coverage flawless foundation routine. I don't do this look every single day. I usually do this on the weekends, usually when I have a big event or I know I'm going to be out all day and I need my makeup to last. This is the routine that I do. All the products I use will be listed down below in the description. If you guys want to see my full coverage foundation routine, keep on watching. So before you start, you want to make sure you start off with a clean face. I already washed my face earlier today when I was in the shower. So we're going to go ahead and go straight to the primer. For primer today, we're going to go ahead and use the Marc Jacobs Invisible Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. And I'm going to do 2 pumps. And I'm going to massage it all over my face. You want to make sure you get the primer, especially in the places where you have the most dryness. I have the most dryness around my face, around my nose, and in my chin. Alright, so you want to go ahead and let that dry a little bit before you apply your foundation. Alright, so whenever I want the full coverage look, I've been using my MAC Studio Fix for years now. I believe this was the first high-end foundation that I have ever purchased, and I have repurchased this so many times. It is the best full coverage foundation that works for my skin. It covers up all your imperfections, all your pores, and it is my favorite foundation. I'm going to take 2 pumps on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to use my finger, and then I'm going to dab it all over my face. And I'm going to use the remaining and put that right underneath my chin. Alright, and to buff this foundation in, I am going to be using my Morphe M439. And I'm just going to use circular motions and buff it into my skin. And right here where I have the most pores, I usually like to push the foundation brush onto my skin. Not hard, gentle, but I like to do this just because it feels like it's filling in my pores. After I use the foundation brush, I like to go in with a sponge, beauty sponge, and dab that all over, just in case I left any marks or streaks when using the foundation brush. And I currently have a breakout right there. I don't know if you can see it. So I'm going to do a tiny little pump, like really tiny, and go over that one more time. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my concealer. I have been using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and it is my favorite concealer at the moment. Before I discovered the Tarte Shape Tape, I was using my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, which is still one of my favorites. I still use that once in a while, but today I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape, the color Light Neutral. I like to use the tiniest amount just because I have very creasy under eyes. And the more I use, the more like cakier it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my beauty sponge and just dab that in. And you want to make sure you use gentle dabs, not too harsh, because then you get those little dots everywhere underneath your eyes, and then it starts to crease more. So you want to make sure you go in gently. And so I don't like to take my concealer all the way out to my hairline, just because when I do, I feel like my face looks wider and bigger, and I don't really like that look. So I only like to take it probably to where my eyebrow ends. and then underneath my chin. And I just take what's left over on my beauty sponge and go on top of my eyelids. And then once again, go underneath. Alright, so after I've used my beauty sponge and blend that in, I go right away and I start to use my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I'm gonna grab a little bit, pour some on the back of the pan. Dip my beauty sponge in there while it's wet and go right into baking. I like to put some on my chin, on my nose, and on my forehead. Some around my lips as well. This is where I bake because throughout the day I'm usually putting my hand on my chin, or I have very oily skin as well, so then I start to get oily around my T-zone, so that's why I put some on my nose, on my forehead, around my lips too, so whenever you're eating or drinking something, you want to make sure your makeup stays. While that is baking, I'm going to go ahead and contour. I'm going to go ahead and take my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette and then just an angled brush, and I'm usually go with the middle shade and then the lightest shade, and then you want to make sure you get it right underneath your cheekbones. We usually have like naturally we have like a dark spot right here. That's where you want to contour to make it more intense and make your face look a lot slimmer. Alright, so I'm going to take my brush, tap the excess off. You want to make sure you really blend it in. You don't want to look muddy or anything. Other side. I also like to contour right around my hairline. Right underneath my chin to hide my double chin. Yes, I do have a double chin. That's what two kids do to you. And then right on the sides right here. Alright, so after I'm done contouring, I like to take my big powder brush and I like to brush away all the excess powder from the baking. Alright, so, and then after I'm done brushing off the powder, I like to blend my contour a little bit more. Alright, so that is it for my foundation and my contour. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. Do your guys' lips ever itch? Like, right after putting your foundation? Like, do they ever itch right here? Or right here? And you gotta itch them with your teeth? Or is it just me? Yeah, it's just me. Thank you, lashes, for cooperating today. Yes, honey. Girl. Highlight. Hold on. The hubby's calling. I just got done filming a video.
Okay. Let's say I'll see you home for another 30 minutes.
Alright, so I just went ahead and did my eyebrows. I added some blush and some highlights. I'm gonna go ahead with my MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spray that all over my face. Let it dry a bit. Alright guys, that is it for my full coverage foundation routine. I don't do this look every single day. I usually do it a on the weekends just because it is heavier makeup. I do this when I have a big event or I know I'm going to be out all day and I need my makeup to stay. That's when I usually do this. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!